where we shopping. We shopping. I tell she do, darling, things are tight. American sauce, honey, will treat us right. We could afford anything we want and see in sight. Tell me what you want for Christmas. Tell me what you want for the Christmas. She said, I was stove, I was bed, washing machine dryer, I was sofa, I want fridge, I want a new pressure cooker. Merry Christmas from American Stores and Ivor George.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 91 Eastern Main Road in St. Augustine. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new with Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on The Street 919 FM.
Hi, what's up, TNT? This is Wayne Johnson out of Brooklyn, New York. I always wanted to do something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT.
Salvation, full and free. Salvation is for everybody.
Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
This year, B-Mobile coming bigger to make your season brighter. So much giveaways to offer. Move with green and be a winner. Win groceries and cash. One tech makeovers. Free service for a year and a brand new car. Go wish it, just win it. Win with B-Mobile. Thousands in prizes. Win with B-Mobile. Just win it. Win with B-Mobile. Plenty giveaways to win. Win with B-Mobile.
Top up, buy a prepaid plan, switch, sign up, pay your bill, take a bundle to win over 1 million in prizes. Don't wish it, win it with B-Mobile.
Nari, I see you bring the white oak. Nice. Candice, it's 2 bottles of Forest Park you bring? You playing with fire, girl? Amanda, the ham you bring looking so good. Brian, what you bring?
I bring joy.
What?
Joy. She's my new girlfriend.
Bring the joy to the Christmas line with Angostura rum. From classic dishes to the cocktail glasses, White Oak, Forest Park, and Fernanda's Black Label. Add more enjoyment to the season. Plus, buy any bottle and get a chance to win a family Christmas dinner, complete with a personal mixologist. Follow us on social media for details. Bring the joy with Angostura. You are the gift. Wear a mask, keep a safe distance, and enjoy responsibly.
The Street 919 FM is bringing the Christmas spirit right into your homes, vehicles, and on your mobile phones like never before. Hey, Christmas time with the best Soca Parang mix. Yes, join this exciting segment, Parang Soca Fever, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 9:45 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 6:45 p.m. until Christmas. This is Christmas, so Merry Christmas. Right here on your favorite Christmas station, The Street 919 FM. This is Christmas, as we dream of Christmas. Sponsored by Shani and Royal Cast. Our culture, our taste.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Saturday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to listen to the live Temple of Restoration, Pastor Curlin and the team. The Temple of Restoration is located at number 12 Endeavor Road, Chaguanas, opposite the Curep taxi stand. For more information, contact 488-4413 or 777-8691. The Temple of Restoration, where Jesus changes lives.
Police, Gade, Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I could buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 63 Tools.
Alright, thanks boss. Nah man. Granny,
do you have $488 to lend, man?
Julia, how our daughter bright so?
What you mean?
Kelly's so young and already talking about when she gets her first job, taking out a mortgage with TTMF at 2%.
She knows about 2%?
Yes, 2% with no down payment as a first-time homeowner and the lowest rate on the market. We would not have to dip into our savings to set her up. Where she get all these brains from?
Her mother, of course.
TTMF, from here to home.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifaba Mishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke, and every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Sheet 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Clarity. It's what we want for our vision. Whether we're working in the office, during our nighttime commute, or watching our TV. Reduce reflections and glare with Supernova anti-reflective coatings by Value Optical. The advanced technology in your new eyeglasses will reduce eye strain, help the world see you better, and enhance the way you see the world. Value Optical. Expert care for your eyes.
Pastor Hannah A. Pabu of Holy Spirit Ministries will be live on the street 919 FM every first and third Wednesday from 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. In the scripture, Matthew 19 verse 26, the Bible says, "But Jesus looked at them and said to them, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." Pastor Hannah is here to motivate you, challenge you, encourage you to walk in your purpose and destiny God has for you. For prayer and counseling, call Pastor Hannah at 728-5197.
He heals me when I'm broken. Strength where I've been weak. Forever he'll reign.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ailing, you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God, God's word, direct from his throne room, in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the Street 919 FM.
The journey's almost over.
protect your future. Preserve your identity. Don't take no chances. They want to divide me. Chaos in the assembly. Pierce your money. Them can't my diary.
Don't pick the side. We red and ready to ride, yeah. December 6th, take no chance. Protect your future. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
This is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
This administration is about creating that environment where businesses can in fact thrive. I spoke to you some time before about how we are going to work with the farmers and the fishermen, how we are going to work with those people who would produce food for us, because outside of food security, we have opportunities coming in, 300 hotel rooms on our doorstep to be completed somewhere in 2024, 2025, that kind of thing. You may think that that is a long time, but the kind of preparation that we need in order to get to the point where we can produce our goods and services at an international standard, it will take time. And so those who are desirous of doing egg production, those who are desirous of planting watermelon and all those kind of things that a hotel of that size will need, the Tobago House of Assembly, again through the Business Development Unit, will hold your hands and ensure that you have the capital that you need to drive that kind of development. And this, of course, comes on the heels of us giving out 300 acres of land. This comes on the heels of us approving recently at the Executive Council agriculture access roads so that our farmers can have the wherewithal to do the planting and the growing of livestock, as the case might be. A People's National Movement administration that cares for each and every one of you. This is what it's all about. And so when we tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that we got your back, we mean it. When we tell you that we are going to work with each and every one of you, we mean it, ladies and gentlemen. And all we ask at this point in time is for you to come out and give support to our candidates within the respective electoral district.
December 6th, take no chance. Protect your future. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
Well, a pleasant good morning to each and everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Titans of Democracy right here on the Street 919 FM. Let me say good morning, and thanking the Heavenly Father for bringing me here safe, sound, and all together in one piece. Yes. Pleasant good morning, all protocols observed. Good morning, Miss Felix, and how are you this morning? I'm hearing you. You good?
the same mood as we. Bruce. Right, you hearing me now?
Yes, I am.
Technology for your money. Good morning to the whole world this morning. Good morning. I want to thank the Lord for waking up this morning in the land of the living. Ooh. And of course to my family, I say thank you for being where you all are this morning. Oh Lord, it's 6:18 a.m. So I wasn't hearing nothing you're saying. According to somebody, I was like a mumu here. Oh yeah. All right, so let's see what's making news today.
Yeah, you might get vexed. You might get vexed.
I have the hiccups.
I know I vex.
You're vexing for...
When you see the headlines.
Nothing can get me vexed again, Bruce. I reached that stage where if people dies what they want, so be it, yes?
You'll see.
I'm trying to get onto the YouTube.
Oh yes, guys, remember you can get us on YouTube at Iowa TV live broadcast on the Street 909 FM, also on the Street 909 FM's Facebook page, and you will see us live and alive.
I now see something and it go.
So let me say good morning to Patricia and everyone down at St. James Medical. Good morning to you guys. Hope you all have a great day today.
Nice, I get in.
You get in?
Oh, what is that? They kill each other?
Yeah,
and one of them I know, eh?
Serious?
One of them I know very well.
Look very familiar, but then again, who knows?
The bald head one I know real good.
He was the
Coast Guard, here a couple of times. I don't know now. Something had to be wrong with us in this place. So, total madness, you know. They killed each other. Got goat mouth. Pay $50 a pound. Where is that?
I have no idea. Oh, like for goat must be.
They killed each other. A police constable and a Coast Guards man shot and killed each other yesterday morning in Diego Martin during an alleged dispute over a woman police. Said around 2:20. That's 2:20 a.m.
Just now, huh? Yeah. Police said around 2:20 a.m. PC Jomo Golston, 37, a soon-to-be father of Endeavor Shaguanas, had just dropped off an unidentified woman at the home of her boyfriend, Coast Guard officer Jabari Francois, 33, at Waterwheel Road, River Estate, Diego Martin. Police said on his way out of the area, he stopped near a pet shop along North Post Road, Diego Martin. As PC Golston sat in his Nissan 80 wagon, he was approached by Francois, who tapped the windscreen of the car and asked to speak to him. Police said Golston got out of the car and both men began arguing, during which Francois drew his service pistol and began firing at Golston. Golston drew his own service pistol and fired back at Francois. Francois staggered back after being shot once to his chest, fell on the road and died. Golston, however, ran back to his car and sped off heading south along St. Lucian Road, but police said he was bleeding profusely, lost consciousness and crashed into the gate of a house at Dulari Private Road, Diego Martin.
Listen now, and that is not, boy, the man wife in shock. A woman could cause Ollie to do that? Now both of them dead and she's left here to continue the process.
Yes, continue her life. Continue.
She's left here to continue her life. Both Ollie dead like two fools.
Yeah.
But then, you see, again, I just want to tell you, we want to play Russian roulette with our lives. We want to play Russian roulette with our lives. I want to say what I want to say this morning, because people will find a bias. So, let me leave that right there for now. Because what I will say, and I know a certain person will get real upset with me. So I want to leave that right there. You have all your woman. See about all your woman and all your family. All you always want to go and all you want extended families all over the place. All over the place. All you know, I don't put water in my mouth to talk.
But
all over the place. All you want extended family. And there's a lesson for the TTPS and the Coast Guard and other persons.
That's so sad, eh?
And the wife in shock, did they just take the baby? So on the day, it is alleged, on the day that you did, your child born.
Yay.
For what, a woman? Listen, I walk away from plenty. I walking away.
You see not.
I'm not going to die.
But Sharon...
You will feel lonely for a little while.
Sharon, there's another twist to this. Suppose I use friend Sharon Felix and I just pick you up and I say, well, I go drop it on the road and I get look at her eyes, but the man figure that, hey, I feel you with this man.
In that case, I don't feel so, eh? In that case, it was a lot, anyhow. Leave that right there.
Girl.
But it's a lesson for us to learn, both male and female. When you see, anyhow, those guys are show we have to carry. There's a whole program for itself.
Yeah.
There's a whole program. We leave every day to go to work and say we go in here and there and everyone end up elsewhere.
True.
And doing other things. And let me tell you this, Bruce. You have your wife or your woman good, or you're going on real good. You pick up a man or a woman and them just feel them in charge of you. And they get, they're more aggressive than your own husband or wife you're living with.
Yep.
Because you know why? They have no respect for you and your family.
That's right.
None.
That's right.
None. I've gone through that. And I simply walked away. Why walk away? If you want the man more than me, take him. Or the woman, take him.
And go brave. Look up yourself. Do your thing, yes?
How you mean? You dead? I dead? Anybody dead? Everybody going good. Do your thing. So Trinidad and Tobago, this morning, I ain't go vex. I laugh at that. I say, what kind of stupidness is this? Remember the next two that draw? Look, you remember the same?
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. They're making no sense whatsoever.
Got goat mouth pay $50 a pound. Got goat mouth get ready to pay upwards of $50 per pound for the local curry staple as livestock farmers face an uphill battle of predatory larceny and rising. See that for me?
Operations cost.
They're going in?
Yeah, rising operation costs.
Rohan drivers must slow down. Well, here now.
Hey.
So the curfew lift. You see that?
But Sharon Felix, let me say good morning to Impulse.
What I'm saying?
You know Impulse nearly lost his life yesterday?
Wait,
on the highway, he told me the back tire blow out and he lose control of the car flip how much times, and he was able to come out of the vehicle without a broken bone, just a few cuts, and well, he's doing okay now. So good morning, Impulse, my brother.
Oh gosh.
When the man sent me the picture, I like, what the hell?
Hey. Ponder on the sadness of the many lives lost and fully understand your responsibility as a driver. This was the advice of Minister of Works and Transport, Warren Sinman. Text of letter dated September 25th, 2020 to the then Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, from former the Police Service Commission, Chair Bliss Sipasad.
Complaint against.
What is the relevance of this? What is the relevance? I don't understand. The police complaint made against you by the chairman of the National Security. The Police Service Commission is in receipt of a letter dated September 16, 2020 from the Honorable Prime Minister and Chairman of the Security Council, in which he has expressed serious concerns about unacceptable behavior on your part and your suitability to continue to hold the office of Commissioner of Police. We summarize below in the numbered paragraph the complaint of the Prime Minister reported to the Commissioner. You see, let me tell you something. Why this didn't come out all the time?
And?
Why now? Is it that there is this this mode of confusion to create in the atmosphere at this time? Let me tell Trinidad and Tobago something. I hold no brief for nobody. They see me when something right, it can't be wrong. I work in a radio station here. We have management. And if management say to us, this is the rules and regulation and this is the direction in which the radio station have to go, we can't change that. We have to follow that.
Yeah.
That is the rules and regulations of the radio station. There's nothing that we can do about it. Follow the instructions. All right? I'll be a mad woman to come on here now and start a cost management and say all kind of thing. When you sign on to that with rules and regulations. We're going back to this, which I find has no relevance at this time. Because everybody realized and everybody knew there was something or some matters being dealt with in a particular way.
There was a bias.
Exactly. And we must be honest and real. And Gary is somebody I still do, right? But there are ways that people do things, and you must follow instructions. First to begin, you were the police commissioner. Nobody can override your decision on something. But it was plenty questioning.
Yep.
You could stop this set of people on their back, but you could lock up the other persons and treat them in a particular way. And we must be honest in our discussions. But we will leave that for another day. Trinidad and Tobago. For me, if a police commissioner at this time is being, they went to Parliament with the recommendations as yet, because I kind of drop off these days. I was a little busy. And if that is the case, and the problem, and I'm telling Gary this morning, your problem is you talk too much. It have a time and place for everything. You figure that every time somebody says something, you have to rah. Sometimes I just tired telling, like Kingsley tell all the others, tell him that whether we talking or not, you must choose your fights and choose them wisely.
True.
Everything you have to rag over. That you so feel that everything you have to respond to, you paying somebody to back on your Facebook page, if that is the case and if that is truth, it is alleged, to answer. It's everything you have to answer to. So then the Prime Minister must have somebody on his page answering or everything they say about him then. Come on, man. We have to do better than that. The president must do the same. Venezuelan man hacked to death, a mystery body at Bonzi Trace. Central Division Police are investigating the chopping of 2 Venezuelan nationals in Freeport on Sunday. One of the men died at hospital while the other remains in
critical condition.
Critical, I assume so. Yeah. 2 cousins shot dead, then body of girl burnt in vehicle. What is this? 2 cousins were ambushed and shot dead, and then the body of one of them, a young girl, was burnt in a car fire. There's no, I want to... I ain't seeing the child name, but they have a picture. Let me see. All right, so police said around 1:45 a.m. yesterday, cousins Jada Pear, 16, and Jordan Pear, 21, left their St. Barb's Road, Belmont home in a Nissan Almera car to drop off a man they knew higher up from where they lived. So Jada is 16. I don't know. After dropping him off while driving near Anora Gardens, a group of men suddenly started shooting at the car. Police said as gunmen opened fire, Jada was shot several times and may have been killed on the spot. Jordan ran out of the vehicle but was shot as he ran and fell a short distance from the car. One of the gunmen then set the car on fire. Residents contacted the fire service after the gunman left, and officers from the Wrightson Road headquarters, Port of Spain, responded. They extinguished the blaze in the car and found Jada's body while her cousin was found dead not far from the car. Look, Lord Father. Then meanwhile, a Maloney man was shot dead during a robbery along the Churchill-Roosevelt Highway around West yesterday. Police said around 4 a.m. they received a call that Marvin Jones was seen lying on the side of the highway near to a hardware store known as Tool Time Hardware. When officers of the Bartaria police station arrived on the scene, they found Jones on the road near up to his car that appeared to have broken down. He was unresponsive and bleeding. Ah, oh, Lord Jesus. Appointed to Angostura Board, Abdul Richards. I do not see it as inappropriate. Principal Medical Officer, PMO, Dr. Miriam Abdul Richards, does not think it is inappropriate for her to be on the board of rum and bitters manufacturer Angostura Holdings. What is the problem?
I'm waiting to find out.
I don't understand that. She told the Sunday Express yesterday there was no conflict with her being appointed to the AHL board and managing the parallel healthcare system on behalf of the Ministry of Health. Last week, Angostura, a publicly traded company, posted a notice that effective November 16, 2021, Richards and President of Invest TT, Franca Costello, were appointed to the board of AHL. Richards' appointment to the board was criticized on social media yesterday. For what? What she did, what was wrong? What is the wrong? What she did that is so wrong? And that Police Service Commission merit list, shot dead in barber's chair. Child dies of COVID. TNT records shocking loss of 28 lives. Hold your complaint. Registrar's appointment under scrutiny. Rihanna laid to rest. Trying to be good. Those are some of the stories in the Express. In the Newsday, Israel Khan, if Griffith cleared, PSC must consider him for top cup post. Rowley appeals to citizens get vaccinated. 404 new COVID-19 cases, 20 deaths on Sunday, 3,633 cases, 109 deaths in a week. Barrapore pastor, mother dies hours apart at home from COVID. Feud started in Venezuela, ends in murder in Freeport. Where the hell is this? Murder suspect has COVID-19 cops to go into quarantine. Prime Minister, no candidate on rape charge could represent PNM. Policeman, Coast Guard shot, kill each other. Mova man dead after being shot in head. Imbut welcomes IMF advice on how to revitalize the economy. COVID-19 expert, that's Abdul Richards, joined our story board. We read that a while ago. Tabakit residents protest over bad roads. Rain blamed for no show of people at Penal Mandero COVID-19 vaccination site. Southwest Hospital redeployed staff to meet COVID-19 demand. NGOs open primary schools, kindergartens. Okay. CMO wearing mask more essential now than ever. Tobago political party lifting of SOE political tool. Chief Secretary THA to invest 50 million on new farm projects. Terror on Tunapuna Hills as rival gangs clash. Pastor calls for end of violence at murder victims' funeral. Tobago youth bodies divided on election campaign strategy. Mother of murdered Maloney man wants return of SOE. Those are the stories in the Newsday and what's happening in the Guardian. Bruce.
Well, headlines in the Guardian, deadly face-off, and that is the story, as you know, with the Coast Guardsman and the police constable. TNT records 48 COVID deaths in 48 hours.
Death an hour?
4 die by the gun in North Central. COVID hits 2 more schools. Cops probe missing $36,000 from UTT Student Guild safe. Papa, yo. UNC wants president to remove Vieira as a senator.
But why? Why she must move him as an independent senator? Because he questioning the stupidity of your movements?
Rowley, Duke unfit for THA office. Augustine, I have to win to rescue people like Franca. You real good, yes,
Oh, you want to win?
We
have to win to rescue people like Franca.
Finally, we knew what they was going and do what Ollie did. From one of our own little supporters that is be in our chat, one of our trolls. When he said, yes, that the Imani Clark is he who said, Ollie go see next week when we put out the videos.
Yes.
Yeah. So Fali, don't come here with that nonsense.
And the thing about it is, you were the child's school teacher. You were her mentor. Boy, politics, you know?
Yeah.
Politics, Papa, you. That is what you will do. So wait now. I send in my child to school and he or she's in your class. And if for some reason, you know, teachers sometimes they be like guidance for some of the children, and they will confide and tell you certain things, and you will wait for a time to lash out. Boy, or let me beware that.
UNC queries Abdul Richards Angostura board posts.
We now see.
Man shot dead while getting a haircut. Griffith finds leak of PM's letter to ex-PSC chair curious. Newgrant.
He find what?
He finds the leak of the PM's letter to the ex-PSC chair. He finds that curious. How the letter leak out?
How it leak out?
Yeah. I find he should just chill, you know. Just relax now, keep quiet now.
I was saying relax yourself.
Just forget the whole thing.
Relax and no God.
Newground double murder suspect, COVID positive. Business body wants property tax form extension. And this month, and is the deadline for that? Is this month?
I think so, the 31st. I think so.
Yeah.
I had thought was the 1st of November. but apparently it's the end of November.
Yeah, because...
Anybody listening to tell us?
All right. The struggle for schooling. Real reasons PM lost confidence in Commissioner of Police. Unemployment and crime among major concerns. And new PSC chair, no stranger to challenges. And these are the stories that are making way in The Guardian at this time.
Yeah. Well, Trinidad and Tobago, today is Monday, the 22nd already of November 2021. 6:43 a.m. is the time. And I hope that Tobago is locked on and listening this morning. Because, as Bruce said to us this morning, so we read the chat. My eyes are fixed. I have two monitors. I have two computers in front of me with two large screens. So one of which I use to do our live, and the other one is which I use to follow the conversations on Facebook, the news, whatever, anything is on that computer. So I flick between the YouTube and the Facebook. And I would always see the Imani Clarks and the jumping on to say a number of things. I want to say something this morning. And I want us to understand where we are. Bruce and I have developed a relationship, a working, professional relationship. I think it might be more than that because we're good friends.
Yes, we are.
And there comes a time when we both will sit down and discuss private things among ourselves. And I am a responsible person, so does Bruce. I think come across a lot of people. And I would hope that whatever both of us would have discussed or we discussed, that's between us. Unless there is something that needs attention, to take it elsewhere, to discuss. So if I come to Bruce and confide in him on a number of matters, I think I may consider that on the down low and be good enough that whether if we get vexed with one another, that should not be anything to come out in the forefront because I have confided in you in a number of things.
Yep.
Right. So you're not expecting persons to treat you in that manner.
That's right.
But then we have persons who pretend to be in your space and to be helpful and to be your confidant. You have to be careful with that. Because if I sit down with you as a person who have no, how should I put it? The young lady she didn't have a mother and father and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And she would have confided in you in a number of things. And just because of an election, you will choose to use all the information that I confidentially told you to bring it out, to interrupt my, how should I say? To interrupt my going forward because you see me as a threat. I want to say this morning to Tobago, and I'm hearing people saying, 20 years and they fed up, they want something new, and if let them try it, and if in the 4 years, listen, in the wink of an eye, not even a good year, not even a good month, everything could be whiffed away from you. And I was saying this morning, I hear people say that PNM do nothing for nobody and they ain't do nothing for, and they ain't do this and they ain't do that. And I want to tell people when they're making those comments, explain to me what you mean and what you're talking about. Explain to me what haven't they done that you want to see done. But don't dab me with one whole brush and tell me they ain't do nothing. We're being disingenuous when we speak in that way. And let me say again, there's another part of this too that I want to discuss. And this morning, we don't have any guests this morning.
No.
Right? So we resume tomorrow. And God is a real good God. Because I said to myself, I want to come this morning and talk to Tobago boy. And I want to do it between the 6 to 7 and then 8 to 9. And look at when I get up, I saw the text. So I have the full 3 hours. Tobagonians, you have to be careful of what you listen to. And sometimes you have to ask yourself many questions. Where does it come from? Why it now come? Are we getting the full length and breadth of the discussion? Is there a purpose and a reason behind all of this? Tell me. For a while, I stayed away from discussing too many matters. I said we in the COVID time, and let's discuss that to try to help to save lives. But there comes a time when you have to shift gears. And that's why I continue to say I didn't come here on this station to make any friend with anybody. I don't care for a friend. If I can't have somebody who can guide me and tell me when I'm doing something wrong, that we're able to fix it, I don't care for that. I don't care for no friends. I come here, I fell in love with what I do, with a passion, and I think when I sit down here, it's to give you facts and information. Some of us, our intent when we sit behind a mic is to try to make ourselves look good. Yeah. But if you don't give the information right, and if you don't bring the facts properly, he ain't gonna look good. Because people gonna start to say they don't want to hear you. Right? Bruce, I sent you something. You saw it, right?
Yes, I see the countdown now start.
Yeah, so when we come back in the 7 o'clock hour, this morning, I want everybody to carefully listen. When I come here and I play a clip, I didn't play it because I want to play it and I want to hear it, you know. I'm playing it because I want you, all listeners, to hear it. I want you to be the judge, jury, and executor. Because you see, while we have Cambridge Analytica still in our systems in this country, both Trinidad and Tobago, while we still have it here, some people like they don't understand what that Cambridge Analytica was meant to do. And every time I listen and I look at things, I say, here we go again. Here we go again. I played a clip last Friday. We spoke and you listened about the zipliner issue and its content. And you still have people, because the fake news was spread, because it was there to degrade and try to destroy a person, you'll continue with it. If that is the way we are campaigning, then God help us. At the end of this campaign, Trinidad and Tobago, we all have to be friends and live together in this place. So why go through the whole length and breadth to try to destroy another human being, especially when you know the truth and the facts, and it is not right. But then, when we're bringing facts on other persons, you all are crying out foul play. We must be real. We must understand where we at. And we must understand as human beings, what you don't like for yourself, don't do it to others.
True.
I continue to say, I don't need to defend anybody. People are capable of defending themselves. But sometimes you want to sit back and, I can't sit back and do that. I cannot sit back and do it. I continue to share here with you. We're going to the ads in a few seconds.
Yeah.
I continue to share with you the things that people have done to me and continue to do to me. Use me as an example. I told you already. I stood with a lady speaking to me about my own self, saying the worst and nastiest things about me. Didn't know it's me she talking to. And I've been helping that woman all the time. But she didn't realize it's me she talking to. Until a man called my name and burst the whole thing. When I look at her, she was pale. She could have fainted away. Time I turn away now to tell him and use something else. I ain't see which direction she went in. People, we don't have room and time for that to do. COVID worse than a campaign of fake news, bacchanal and mayhem. We have to fight to stay alive. If the people want it, they will take you. You don't need to degrade nobody.
That's right.
We're going to a break. We'll be back. When we come back, I'm going to play a clip for you again this morning. Don't shift your dial.
From the studio to the stage, every Friday between 3 to 4 p.m. Right here on the street, 919 FM. Radio you can see. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube so you can see live interviews and performances from some of our very own local superstars. Right here on the street, 919 FM.
Look, there is the price of goods in the budget. No, but cost cutters have the best price for my pocket. But no, this is Robbie B, and I shop at Cost Cutters Supermarket. 4 locations: El Dorado, Sangre Grande, Columbia, and Scarborough, Tobago. We are the most affordable supermarket in Trinidad and Tobago. You can always depend on us. This year, B-Mobile coming bigger to make your season brighter. So much giveaways to offer. Move with green and be a winner. Win groceries and cash. One tech makeovers. Free service for a year and a brand new car. Go wish it, just win it. Win with B-Mobile. Thousands in prizes. Win with B-Mobile. Just win it. Win with B-Mobile. Plenty giveaways to win. Win with B-Mobile.
Top up, buy a prepaid plan, switch, sign up, pay your bill, take a bundle to win over 1 million in prizes. Don't wish it, win it with B-Mobile.
Something extraordinarily exciting is happening all over the country. The Multiplier X Effect.
NLCB Scratch players have been extremely ecstatic as they can maximize their winnings up to 17.5 million in cash with the new multiplier trio of games.
Okay. For just $10, $20, and $50, play the trio of 10X, 20X, and 50X games for a chance to win your way to 17.5 million in cash and up to 45 chances to win.
The new multiplier trio. Play all three and multiply the excitement today.
Players must be 18 years and older. Please play responsibly.
Tobago, ready up. Tune into our live council meeting on November 23rd.
This is Charles Adams inviting you to tune into our live council meeting.
Be nobody fire, be nobody energy, a positive energy, and they cannot damage it.
Meeting begins at 6 p.m. at Center Street on all major TV and radio stations, PNM's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel. Hear from the political leader, Tracy Davidson Celestine, and a powerful lineup of speakers. Tune in, click, like, and you must share. And on December 6th, take no chance. Protect your future. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle every Monday from 9:05 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 919 FM.
Natural boost, ginger, lion, turmeric. Keep away every sickness. Get a bottle of this orange spice. Girl, keep choice in your life. And let me drink up the juice. And let me drink up the thing from the roots. And let me drink up the thing from the fruits. The juice.
Sign up and save with Green Dot. When you subscribe to any of our broadband packages, you get 30% off the installation fee, allowing you to stream your favorite shows on any of your devices. Update your social media accounts and connect with friends and family. Stay on top of the class with online learning sessions, or keep your team in the loop with virtual meetings, all at an affordable price. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 224-GDOT today to sign up and save with Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly of numbers 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko Sangre Grande, is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Friday night, Sunday Ministry of Worship, Children Hour, and the Word from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. and Friday night, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. all night prayer for our nation. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or on Facebook. Email us at church church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated at Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Welcome back on the inside. If you're just joining us, you're locked on to the Street 919 FM. This is your Titans of Democracy. What did I do here? Okay, yes. So we are back. Oh yeah. Sharo. But she not hearing me? Sharon. Hello, the lady. Hola.
Right.
What you watching?
You know,
You so deep in.
not watching, listening. Listening.
What do you think?
Sorry about that. I was listening to the thing.
I know, download the thing and I'm looking for it like I can't find it. But what the hell? We're going through. Right.
Right.
I think I did see
Okay,
it.
so.
Right, open. Oh gosh, just now. Wait, not yet. Right.
No. I want you to take out the first part and all of that.
Yeah.
So, Tobago, I hope that you're locked on and listening. And I really, really want you to sit down and take a good listen. It's going to be a little while, but I want you to listen. We have all indications that we're up and running in Tobago, right?
Yes, I saw somebody said that we are up and running. We only have a
right.
We have a debt announcement at 7:40 though.
Okay, but we could probably stop and start it and continue. So I want you to pay attention, but we want what I'm putting up. I want you to also look at, because I want you to go through the document also. So I want you to make sure that you're live on our Facebook page, the Street 919 FM, and I want you to also make sure you're on the, if you're not on Facebook, you can go to the YouTube channel, the Street 919 FM, and see us live in studio. And also so you can see what we're putting up. All right? So we're 305 on YouTube, and we are 232 on Facebook. We can do better than that. So we're going to put it up because I want us to have a discussion on it after. So I want you to be able to listen while you also look. And Tobago, I hope that you're hearing, and I hope that some of you all can log on so that you can see. All right? Good. So up the numbers, and Bruce, go ahead.
Okay.
Just want you all to listen. I alone, and some of us alone can't listen. I want to share this with you all this morning. I want you to listen carefully. You see, there are some people spreading the rumor about Tracy this and Zipline and this and that. We must know the truth and we must get the facts and then you analyze your thing for yourself. But don't let nobody come and tell you what they want you to hear. Go out just now. Hold on. I've seen Maria calling me. Right. Thank you very much, Maria. So go ahead, Bruce.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Every morning. Right, go ahead, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to talk to you guys today about some of the evidence that I have, but we're going to do things a little bit differently. Together with you, I'm going to go through the details of the documents that I have, and we're going to read it together. But before I begin, I need to show a few things. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. Hold on a second, folks. So, I wanted to point something out. In an earlier post today, I would have made this comment. If it is one thing I can't take is lies and hypocrisy. I spoke about an armchair journalist in Tobago who threatens to expose evidence every minute. But when you look closer, it's hot air. So I went through the shares. Hold on a second. And I came across this post by Johannan Cornwall. And it says, nobody cares if the Zipline money was stolen. We want to know how you could not get a simple Zipline ordered, delivered, and installed. Also, why the story changed so many times. And I'm not watching no Trini Live to confuse me more into the story. Forget that and forget all that at this point. Okay, so I felt the need to respond to this post. According to Janae Campbell, Mr. Johannan Cornwall is the Tobago Youth Council Sports and Cultural Officer. She advised him to behave himself, which of course I would wholeheartedly agree, but I did respond to Mr. Johannan Campbell, and I said the following. He said, nobody cares if the Zipline money was stolen. My answer to that is that facts do actually matter. And yes, the people of Tobago do care how their resources are used. He went on to say, we want to know how you could not get a simple Zipline ordered, delivered, and installed. As you would find out from this live today, the company had breached the contract, hence the THA legal challenge for breach of contract. I also went on, he went on to say, and why the story changed so many times? Well, the challenge to Mr. Johannan is to ask the people who are sharing fake news. And of course, he says he's not going to watch no Trini Live because, you know, you could forget that and forget all that. But is Mr. Johannan saying that he's willfully choosing to remain ignorant? Because on the one hand, he's wanting answers, but at the same time, he don't want the answers. That is precisely what I was saying in a previous Let Tobago Talk podcast, where we are speaking about hypocrisy. So let's stop sharing that for now and go back here. As we examine the facts around the Zipline, which you guys will join me, let us not try to deflect by trying to turn our attention away from methodically dealing with the facts at hand. Why? Because it is hypocritical. For example, let us say there is a person before a judge who you have accused of stealing from you. The evidence before the court and before the judge that has been produced has proven that the person you have accused did not do it. But then you go say to the judge, but what about the stuff that is missing from my neighbor? The judge will respond to you and say, this is not the matter that is before us. You came to this court about a matter where you said somebody has stolen from you. And the judge is now telling you that the facts at hand that have been brought to this court show that no such thing would have happened. We're not talking about what has been taken from your neighbor, because that is not what is before us. So folks, let us focus on the matters at hand. Do not be hypocritical. Justice is not just persecuting the guilty. Justice is also about declaring the innocence of someone accused of being guilty of an allegation. So let us now continue. Vain to manage. Hold on a second.
Bruce, just pause it right there. And you see why I have to play these things? You see why I have to do it? I'll tell you why I have to do it. For the likes of people like, whether it's Imani Clark, the right name or the fake name or however. For the likes of that, I have to play the right thing here for people to understand, because Imani Clark is asking, why is the THA suing the Zipline company? Well, all you're asking, so I'm bringing the facts for you, because you all are saying that Tracy Davidson had a lot of this and that and the other to do with the Zipline. All they even talk about corruption and this and that and the other. So I come in here to give you the facts and the information so that you understand. Now you're asking, why is the THA suing the Zipline company? Nah, man. When we bring in the facts, now we're asking why, but I'm bringing the facts for you to understand why THA is suing the Zipline company. Because you all are spreading a fake and you all are disingenuous. So they're spreading fake news to say that Tracy had a lot of things to do with the Zipline. It's you. So I'm bringing the facts for you. So don't ask me why the THA is suing the Zipline company. No, man. You shouldn't ask a question like that. You must listen. You must listen, because all your own PDP leaders say, oh, all you don't listen and all you don't read. Listen this morning. So I want to tell him that he lying on all you, because all you do listen and all you're still reading and you're all researching. So he lying on all you and calling all your moves. I want to tell him, don't watch nobody child or children and call them no mumu if you can't call yourself one. Listen. That's what you have to do. Listen. Listen. Go ahead, Bruce.
After having a cursory glance of the document,
I can tell you
there is need for me to forward a copy to Mr. Gary Griffith and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, because these matters must be fixed. And I want to tell the Chief Secretary tonight that I am also going to send him a copy. Since he's waiting donkey years on a report, I will make a copy and I will be kind enough to send him one. And when he's ready anytime this week, I will put off my duties and I will hold a joint press conference with the Chief Secretary so we could tell Tobagonians, because I believe in transparency, I am not keeping this document for me alone to read. This document, I am going to ensure this document is given to every media house in this country. It has to be publicized.
All right, folks. So as you saw, Farley came out swinging with frivolous allegations of corruption, claiming, of course, that Tracy stole money from the Zipline. He had even accused the Tobago House of Assembly and even the Chief Secretary, Ansel Dennis, of not seeking to get this Zipline completed, or even following up, or even to try to find out what had happened to the monies already paid. But in the previous video, I would have dealt with that and disproven many of his allegations so far. And so, as you would have seen with the allegations against Mrs. Davidson Celestine in the previous video, and what you're about to see, is that in fact, the Chief Secretary and the Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation have been fighting for the people of Tobago by not only trying to get this project completed, but also trying to recover the money spent in this project and get damages long before Farley even mounted a political platform to make such claims. In fact, the Chief Secretary initiated this process even before the 2020 general election. And so I will show you the document to prove this. Hold on a second.
And that's why I say you all need to join the live so you can see.
And we will read the document together. 5th of June 2020, Mrs. Selma Graham, Administrator, Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation. Their Administrator, Canopy Tour Zipline Project. I take this opportunity to outline my concern and disappointment regarding the suspension of the Canopy Tour project. According to your report on Canopy Tour project dated 5th June 2020, the Executive Council approved this project and budget since 2014. Secondly, payments have been made to suppliers and invoices are still outstanding. Yet the inventory and progress does not reflect the amount of money that has been spent. To date, there has been no ardent follow-up or any intent to continue the implementation of this project. In this regard, I am instructing that the necessary actions are taken to bring this project to completion. Regards, Ansel K. Dennis, Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly. So again, folks, this is long before the allegations of Farley on the platform in January earlier this year. And this is even long before the 2020 general election. But I'm going to show you some other documents as well. Hold on a second. You're going to have to bear with me because I have quite a lot of documents that I would like to show you. And so, but work with me. We're working together here. All right. So here we have a report on the Canopy project. I'm going to skim through this report, right? As per your request, a report of the Canopy project submitted for your information. This is giving details about the Canopy project by OCT. Right, I'm giving you an opportunity to skim through this document. All right, this is information submitted by the administrator after, of course, having received information from the Chief Secretary. Okay, I'm going to show you another document. Give me a second. Okay, this is the status update document.
You see them backsliding on the chat? Watch the chat.
Status report, Canopy Tour project, THA. Okay? This is just to give you an understanding of all the documents at hand. I'm being very transparent with you so that you can see all of the documents and the dates as well. This document was on the 5th of June, 2020, giving a status update on the Canopy Tours project. All right? Scrolling through. Okay, let's scroll to the end. Okay, so we're going to show you the next document now. So now we're dealing with the construction of the Canopy Tours project. Here we are. And I'm going to read this very instructive letter to you. This is a letter to Mr. Rick Graham, Principal Developer of the OCT Canopies Project. And we're going to read this together. Okay. 3rd of August 2020, Mr. Rick Graham, Principal Developer, OCT Enterprises Limited, British Virgin Islands, Tortola. Dear Sir, regarding the construction of the canopy tours in Tobago by OCT Enterprises Limited, DBA, the original canopy tour for the Tobago House of Assembly. Reference is made to the matter at caption and the ensuing agreement made between your company, OCT Enterprises Limited, DBA, the original canopy tour, hereinafter OCT, and the Tobago House of Assembly, acting by the Division of Tourism and Transportation, as it then was, but presently known as the Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation, hereinafter the Division, dated 12th June 2015, hereinafter the said agreement. By virtue of the said agreement, OCT was engaged to design, develop and construct a high-angle canopy tour course in Tobago. Accordingly, OCT was tasked with the responsibility of, inter alia, procuring tour components, materials, and equipment as defined and delineated in the said agreement. These include, but is not limited to, items such as harnesses, ropes, carabiners, cables, and other apparatus for the purpose of constructing the said canopy tour course. Sadly, OCT has failed to fulfill its mandate as stipulated in the said agreement. The division is uncertain about the whereabouts of the material and the overall work accomplished by the OCT to date. What is even more saddening and concerning is that this venture has come at an apparent halt, notwithstanding the division's continuous realization of its obligations pursuant thereto. In light thereof, and in the event that there remains some modicum of hope that the relationship between the division and OCT is salvageable, at this juncture, we require an update on the following. 1. An inventory of the materials that were procured by OCT on behalf of the division. 2. The current location of the said materials. 3. The cost and procedure to have the materials conveyed in the division's possession. And 4. The progress achieved by OCT and an indication of what it would take to bring this project to completion. I do hope to get a forthcoming and timely response to the above inquiries with a view to resolving the apparent and inexplicable standstill of this promising venture. Yours faithfully, Legal Officer 2, Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation. Okay, so there we have that document. And now we're going to the breach of contractual agreement. Okay, so bear with me as I open that document. And you're going to read it with me. We're going to read it together. Okay. 31st December 2020. OCT Enterprises Limited, British Virgin Islands, Tortola. Dear Sirs, I act on behalf of the Tobago House of Assembly through its Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation. The division, as it pertains to the above captioned matter, I'm instructing by my principals that on the 12th day of June 2015, the Tobago House of Assembly duly engaged OCT to design and construct a high-angle canopy tour at the Main Ridge Forest Reserve, the project. The project was designed to encapsulate a minimum of 9 long traverses, a maximum of 12 traverses, and at least 1 bird-watching observation platform. This eco-tour was anticipated to be an unrivaled and unique income-earning venture, which would no doubt boost and diversify the availability of tourist attractions on the island of Tobago, while increasing local awareness on and appreciation for rainforests and the environment. Throughout the course of dealings with the division, OCT made representations that they were specialists in the field of high-angle tours, heralding themselves as the oldest and most experienced company in the high-angle excursion business worldwide, with principals who not only has extensive experience, but who invented the world's first canopy tour zip line. Based on the aforementioned representations, OCT was engaged by the division to complete the project with significant reliance, trust, and confidence being placed on OCT to deliver a world-class canopy excursion as agreed in the contract. The contract outlined a total agreed cost of US $531,610 for the project. The cost comprised the following: materials, $332,969, labor, $112,760, equipment, $69,286, training, US $16,595. The contract also provided for a payment schedule, which is set out as follows. Payment 1, which covered 70% of the materials and equipment budget. Payment 2, which covered 30% of the materials and equipment budget, including shipping and freight fees. Payment 3, US $56,500, and the rest is history, right? By virtue of the said agreement, OCT was responsible for procuring all the tour components, materials, and equipment at the expense of the division. This included apparatus such as harnesses, ropes, cables, etc. These items would be purchased from international manufacturers known to OCT and would then be shipped to Tobago. Based on the contract, the maximum time stipulated for the manufacturing of certain equipment was 5 weeks. Subsequent to the execution of the contract, OCT submitted invoices to division. The first was invoice number ML09301202, dated 15 June 2015, in the sum of $227,000, representing 70% of the materials and equipment budget. This amount was dutifully paid to OCT on the 23rd of June 2015. The second invoice, number TOB2, dated 12th August 2015, was then submitted to division in the amount of US $117,000, reflecting the balance of 30% of the materials and equipment budget. This sum, which also expressly included shipping and freight fees, as per the agreement, was paid by the division on the 27th of October 2015. What was alarming in the circumstances is that the division continued to receive numerous invoices requesting payment for labor costs for installation, among other things, when only a minuscule amount of materials consisting of some ropes was shipped in accordance with the agreement. Neither did the division receive any proof from OCT that the remainder of the materials and equipment were in fact purchased, either by way of supporting invoices from suppliers or otherwise being sent to them. Further thereto, after very little progress or commencement between the parties, the division received invoice number TOB11, dated 19th October 2016, for the exorbitant sum of US $108,332, reflecting storage fees for 67 weeks. Notably, this is the first invoice submitted by OCT for storage fees more than 1 year later. Upon subsequent inquiries, the division was informed that the items which were procured by OCT on their behalf was auctioned off without any prior notice or warning. As a result, the project came to an inevitable halt, and the already strained communication between the parties eventually ceased until September 2020, when the division was able to contact you via email, despite previous other unsuccessful attempts to do so. On the second day of November 2020, a virtual meeting was held with the Honorable Chief Secretary and the Secretary for the Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation, Mr. Ansel Dennis. The Administrator of the Division, Senior State Counsel for the Assembly Legal Officer 2 of the Division, representatives of OCT, a BVI corporation, including Mr. Rick Graham, Vice President of OCT, and Mr. Darren Frenick, designer and builder. Other attendees included staff from the division and EDCOT. At this meeting, OCT's representatives, Mr. Graham and Mr. Frenick, indicated that there had been amendments to the agreed tour design, which caused an increase in the price of $50,000 more or less. Further, it was again stated that the items which were procured had been auctioned and all the materials and equipment were lost. Although several requests have been made by the division requiring proof of the aforesaid matters, to date no information has been forthcoming. Yet still, it is critical to highlight clause of the contract which stipulates that any amendment to the contract shall be in writing. Thus, in the absence of anything further, the division rejects the aforesaid propositions. It is with these unfortunate circumstances borne in the mind that the division avers that you have breached the said contract by failing to procure and ship the materials and equipment in a timely manner so as to ensure the completion of this project. This has been exacerbated by your further failure to store the items in a cost-effective environment and to warn against and or take reasonable steps to prevent the auction of the said items. By virtue of this missive, the division is hereby demands that you honor your obligations as previously agreed and construct the high-angle canopy tower without any further upfront expense being borne by the division. At this juncture, the division remains optimistic that there is some relationship between the parties to salvage in the circumstances. OCT is implored to act in good faith and oblige, as the division does not wish to have this promising opportunity foregone. Kindly respond within 14 days of the receipt hereof, failing which the division has instructed me to pursue further legal action against you. Please be guided accordingly. Yours faithfully, Legal Officer 2, Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation. Okay, so folks, this is giving you a full picture of exactly what has happened. But let's now go on to looking at an article very briefly. Okay, so let's go and look at an article. We're doing this together. So here we have Mr. Farley Augustine slamming the PNM leader for the stalled 2.5 million zipline project. Right? Deputy Political Leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, Farley Augustine, is calling on PNM Tobago Council Leader Tracy Davidson Selexi to answer to taxpayers about the zipline project planned years ago for the Plain Ridge, and so on and so forth. We all know the allegations that Farley Augustine and the PDP made, and so on and so forth. I'm showing you for your records, right? But now you understand that actually long before Farley Augustine and the PDP came on the platform making all sorts of spurious allegations against Tracy Davidson Celestine as to she thief the money and where the money gone and all this kind of bacchanal, the facts are clear for you to see. But let us now go on to looking at the legal advice obtained by the Chief Secretary's office. Give me 1 second as I open that up. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We're going to be reading through this together. Okay. Now we're going to read pages 1 to 5 of the Hamel-Smith Attorneys at Law, the division, so Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation. This is the legal advice obtained. Attention, Ms. Sharice Alfred, Legal Officer 2. There, sirs, proposed action against the original Canopy Tour Enterprises Limited. We have been asked to provide advice as to the feasibility of bringing action against the original Canopy Tour Enterprises Limited in the British Virgin Islands for breach of contract. summary of opinion and recommendation. In our view, while there may be some scope for pursuing a claim in the BVI, this ought to be considered against the likelihood of A, the matter having become statute barred in the BVI, as it arguably has in Trinidad and Tobago, as recognized by your letter dated 23rd February 2021. B, the possibility of a counterclaim for losses incurred by OCT by alleged breaches to make payments as required by the service agreement. And C, the likelihood of recovery or enforcement against OCT in the event of success, since without considering if OCT in fact continues business or has assets to liquidate, any judgment that if the hurdles in A and B are surmountable, any judgment may yield no financial benefit. 2, in our view, as it relates to 1B above, if the equipment was not cleared through customs and excise for use in Tobago, then it is open to OCT to argue that such a breach was the fault of the Assembly, pursuant to the terms of the service agreement, which may have frustrated the due performance of the agreement. While this is a potential risk, this will turn on A, the interpretation of the service agreement as it relates to the obligations to clear items, which, in our view, at page 5 of the service agreement, is an obligation to meet the duties, excise fees or taxes, which was a cost expressly outside of the material budget. B, the reason why significant equipment and materials were not shipped from the United States, which shipping obligation was clearly and expressly an obligation of OCT. 3, on the balance, as it relates to 2B above, on the face of it, and based upon the invoices provided, this appears to be a significant breach on the part of original Canopy Tours. For example, invoice TOB 13 dated April 12, 2017 for certain materials equipment, namely fiberglass poles. In our view, we would expect that this item ought to have fallen under payment 1 and payment 2 made by the Assembly pursuant to Exhibit A to the service agreement. Accordingly, to the extent they were not shipped to Tobago at all to allow for the next steps, that was a requirement for OCT. To the extent that the invoice representing a request for further payment for the equipment was made, we do note that on balance, the total sum quoted was a budget, and it is arguable that increases where appropriate are not a breach of the agreement. However, we also note that the total of payments 1 and 2 made by the Assembly far exceeds the invoice sums for materials and equipment. Without more, we are of the view that it is difficult for original Canopy Tours to rationalize a demand for payment for labor and installation without completing the activities required under payments 1 and 2. 4, to the extent that OCT refused, neglected, or failed to ship the equipment to Trinidad and Tobago as required under the service agreement, it is unclear the precise reason. Based upon the service agreement, payments 1 and 2 as made by the Assembly ought to have them in funds to complete the task of acquiring and shipping the equipment, unless the storage costs accrued in the U.S. can be attributed to a breach of an obligation on the part of the Assembly. In our view, that was the commercial risk taken by OCT and not by the Assembly. 5, in our view, subject to the concerns raised at 1A and C above, on the balance, Assembly has, on the limited information, a sufficient basis to commence some measure of challenge against OCT for breach of the service agreement and with a view to recovering damages based upon the information available at the moment. We are hard-pressed to recommend a full launch of legal proceedings. However, if no formal demand has been made, consider doing so.
Bruce, right. So we're going to the obituary. So listeners and viewers, we pause to do an obituary. We have a commitment. We're going to do that and come back and continue. Do not shift your dial and share the live.
Street 919 FM has been asked to announce the passing of Winsley Richardson, aka Nathan, of Hollywood Road, Fanny Village, Point Fortin, who departed this life at the age of 75 years on Wednesday, the 10th of November 2021 at Point Fortin Heritage Hospital. He will be lovingly remembered as the husband of Marika Patrice, father of Richie, Ashwin, Angus, Charlene, Donnell, Nathalie, Beverly, Gailey, Jervon, and Chelsea, grandfather of many, brother of Rosanna, Isabel, Liana, Greta, Lindsay, and Ashley, uncle of Gibson, Roger, John, Kenton, Devon, Archie, Ashby, Clint, Mary, Shova, Kerry, and many others. Cousin of many, in-law of many, relative of the Richardson family and others, friend of Alexander and many others. The funeral service for the late Winsley Richardson, aka Nathan, will take place on Monday, the 22nd of November 2021 at 2 p.m. at Elite Funeral Home Chapel, thence to the Point Fortin Cemetery. The funeral service will also be streamed live via Elite Funeral Homes Limited Facebook page. Inquiries can be made at Elite Funeral Homes Limited at 648-3462.
Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
So, welcome back. Sharo?
All right, here.
Right.
And again, people, I want to thank you all for holding the fort. Do not shift your dial. Please share the live on both YouTube and Facebook. Let me thank Nashon, darling. Thank you so, Nashon. Oh God, every time I have to call Nashon for help, and he always there, willing and able. Thank you, Nashon, darling. We continue to play.
Yep.
Put it back on.
Yep.
We stop and we continuing. So listen.
6. As it relates to a claim and the limitation period, in our view, at the moment, this ought to not be a barrier from asserting a claim, since the cause of action for breach of contract commences on the date of breach. Given the information provided, there may be a basis for that breach occurring in December 2017, possibly later, depending on the communications between the parties, in which case may naturally place the 4-year limitation into 2021, or alternatively, if into 2020 within one of the available extensions or suspensions of the time bar based on the COVID-19 management. In short, we hold some skepticism as to whether the limitation period has in fact expired. 7. Our recommendation for recovery is that the Assembly consider engaging attorneys at law in the BVI for the purpose of commencing a means and assets initial review of OCT in the BVI, as well as possibly confirming whether money judgments out of Trinidad and Tobago may be readily executed in the BVI and by what means. B, considering from the attorneys at law in the BVI whether litigation can be commenced there, or alternatively the rules surrounding service of process out of Trinidad and Tobago. And C, launch pre-action protocol letter of demand, particularly if A, can or might reveal that OCT has assets of value that may be pursued to satisfy any judgment, followed by launching proceedings either in Trinidad and Tobago or the BVI, whichever is strategically more likely to yield in quick time a judgment that is enforceable in the BVI. So this is the background to consider. We are instructed that in 2015, the Tobago House of Assembly sought to construct a high-angle canopy tour course to boost Tobago's tourism industry by creating newer, more diverse and competitive tourist attractions on the island. OCT was selected as a supplier for the project. The Assembly executed a service agreement with OCT dated 12 June 2015. The Assembly has made 2 of the payments outlined in the service agreement, as well as other ancillary payments such as for brokerage and shipping of cargo from Point Lisas to Port of Spain ferry terminal, meals for persons during phase 1 of the Canopy Tour project, as well as accommodation and ground transportation. By letter dated 4th December 2017, Messrs. Wilson, Elsa, Makowitz, Elderman, and Dicker LLP, OCT's U.S. attorneys, wrote to the Assembly under the caption Privileged Settlement Correspondence, asserting a demand for payment under the service agreement, as well as payment of storage costs incurred for the materials. The Assembly is of the view that Original Canopy Tours has breached the terms of the service agreement and wishes to consider action for OCT's failure or refusal to ship the materials and equipment in a manner consistent with the service agreement to ensure the completion of the project. Additionally, or in the alternative, for OCT's failure to store the items in a cost-effective manner and or take reasonable steps to prevent the auction of said items. We note that the Assembly has paid 100% of the materials and equipment budget as set out in Exhibit A, Project Drawdown Schedule. Those payments were US $277,000 on 23rd June 2015 and US $117,000 on the 27th of October 2015. OCT invoice TOB03 dated 7th September 2015 in the sum of US $56,500. Payment 3 according to Exhibit A, Project Drawdown Schedule, comprised two components: a smaller balance for materials and equipment in the sum of US $8,255, and the labor budget for construction of the main ridge canopy tour in the sum of US $48,245. At the time of the OCT invoice, TOB03, we have no information of any significant materials and equipment purchases or shipment to Trinidad and Tobago. We are instructed that the equipment received are only those referred to invoice number 709 dated 15th of July 2015 in the sum of US $10,553 of, and 721 dated 31st August 2015 in the sum of US $20,290.08. As the date of the OCT invoice TOB03, there was neither an accounting for the disbursement or payment made by equipment and materials, yet delivery of all the equipment. We note, for example, that estimate dated 20th of April 2016 in the sum of US $32,960, followed by invoice TOB13 on the 12th of April 2017 for fiberglass poles H6 55 foot, a month after the request via TOB03, which represents the labor costs and appear to be related to equipment. Further, we are instructed that after little progress or communication, OCT's invoice TOB11 dated 19th October 2016 for the sum of US $108,332 was presented, representing storage fees for 67 weeks for unspecified or unvalued equipment. No invoice was presented for the alleged acquired equipment being stored, nor any explanation, we are aware, for failure to ship the equipment to Trinidad and Tobago as required by the service agreement. In our view, although the language of the service agreement is not precise or clear in some respects as it relates to the obligation to procure and ship equipment that fell within the scope of the first two payments, such obligation is sufficiently clearly that of Original Canopy Tours. In the absence of the information demonstrating that equipment was in fact procured, or explanation as to why it was not shipped, on our view, OCT is on the face of it in breach of contract. Additionally, quasi-contractual claims may also arise, such as for money had and received, since there remains no explanation by OCT for what has become of the funds supplied to it for the procurement of equipment. Yours faithfully, M. Hamel Smith and Company, by Gregory Pantin, Dispute and Risk Management Group. So, folks, again, here we have the facts. And we had people going up and down the place, making all sorts of frivolous allegations. So to summarize this, for those of you who might have joined late, the zipline project was not delivered because the original canopy-tours breached the terms of the agreement. They demanded more money for the project while failing to present the equipment and materials that had already been paid for by the THA. OCT then stated that there was an addition because they had made some changes, and that addition amounted to $50,000 that needed to be paid before the equipment that had already been paid for could be sent. This was not in the contractual agreement, and an amendment would have had to be made to reflect such. This prompted the division to ask them for what was contractually due, i.e. what they paid for the equipment and materials, or present the written amendment to reflect this change to the contract. This change would have warranted and could only have been done through a written amendment and agreed upon by both parties. OCT failed to produce any of the requests by the division, to which they continued to send invoices for, and even auctioned off equipment and materials that had been paid for by the people of Tobago. So correspondences were sent until communication started to slow down. And it has now developed, well, it developed into the legal issue it is today. So this really is the facts. And as you can see, contrary to the nonsense that was being spoken about on the PDP platform about why the THA and why the Chief Secretary didn't ventilate this. But the Chief Secretary, Ansel Dennis, has been addressing this issue even before the 2020 general election, and had Farley gone through the documents properly, I mean, I would assume that the same documents Farley received is the same as an online armchair Tobago activist received. But because they would have not perused them properly, it probably explains their collective failure to forward the documents to the DPP. Instead, they have now resorted to seeking to stretch the truth by manipulating parts of the documentation and parts of the contract, showing tiny little excerpts, knowing that they are seeking to attempt to manipulate the people of Tobago. But I have shown you the evidence. Both claim that they are for Tobago and are against corruption. Yet none of them have reached the threshold of taking any of these matters to the police.
So guys, at this time we have to go to a break.
Mm-hmm.
We have to pay some bills.
How much more time?
I seen 12 more, about 13 more minutes.
Good.
All right, so when we come back, we could continue.
Excellent.
All right, so guys,
nice.
we go into the break and we'll be right back. Keep it locked.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families and honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. 963-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
What is Apex? It is the pinnacle of high-performance vision through a lens. It's clarity, no matter what angle you look at. It's comfort, no matter what you do all day, every day. And it's customized with every digital measurement your eyes require to see at their very best. Apex Digital Lenses by Value Optical, the ultimate lens design for your eyes. Value Optical, expert care for your eyes.
Welcome the Christmas holidays this year with quality and attractive furniture from Stylus Furniture Limited. 2 locations, 51 Rushwood Street, San Fernando, and 101 Crackness Village in Princestown. Select from a wide range of contemporary furniture to enhance your homes. Now open on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call today, 652-2542. Season's greetings to all our customers and friends from Stylus Furniture Limited. Stylus Furniture Limited. For this time in you.
Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Finance Company Limited wishes to advise customers making mortgage payments over the counter that the tellers at all our offices will be open daily from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. To make payments online, book appointments, request letters, statements, documents, and access other services, please visit our online customer service center at ttmf-mortgages.com. TTMF, from here to home.
Bring the songs, bring the laughter, bring the gifts, bring the partner, bring the runs, bring the coasters, bring the glass and the chasers. Christmas will be brighter when we all get together. Sharing plans and mixing flavors with the ones from Angus to pour a drink and bring the joy. Raise a glass and bring the joy. Make a toast and bring the joy. Yeah, bring the joy with Angostura. Make this a Christmas like no other. Bring the joy with Angostura rums.
The Street 919 FM is bringing the Christmas spirit right into your homes, vehicles, and on your mobile phones like never before. Hey, Christmas time with the bst Soca Parang mix. Yes, join this exciting segment, Parang Soca Fever, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 9:45 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 6:45 p.m. until Christmas. This is Christmas, so have a Merry Christmas. Right here on your favorite Christmas station, The Street 919 FM. This is Christmas, as we Christmas. Sponsored by Shandy and Royal Cast. Our culture, our taste.
From the studio to the stage, every Friday between 3 to 4 p.m. Right here on The Street 919 FM. Radio you can see. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube so you can see live interviews and performances from some of our very own local superstars. Right here on The Street 919 FM.
Something extraordinarily exciting is happening all over the country. The Multiplier X Effect.
NLCB Scratch players have been extremely ecstatic as they can maximize their winnings up to 17.5 million in cash with the new multiplier trio of games.
Okay. For just $10, $20, and $50, play the trio of 10X, 20X, and 50X games for a chance to win your way to 17.5 million in cash and up to 45 chances to win.
The new multiplier trio. Play all three and multiply the excitement today.
Players must be 18 years and older. Please play responsibly.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle every Monday from 9:05 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 919 FM.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I could buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 60 Tools.
All right. Thanks, boss. Nah, man. Granny,
do you have $488 to lend, man?
After all the talk during the week, don't switch off on the weekend and keep it on the street. It's classic soca and classic kaiso when you're liming with the live wire on Saturdays from 5 to 7 p.m. only on the street 919 FM. Dr. Livette. Join him right here on your radio every Friday afternoon from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. for your dose of the health and wellness in a program that is sure to change your life. Popular for promoting Livette rather than diet, Dr. Livette has transformed a number of lives nationwide and is now live on the street 919 FM every Friday from 5:05 p.m. Tune in and also learn about the U-Juice to build your immunities and promote overall great health. Dr. Livette on the street 919 FM this and every Friday from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. It's time that you live.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco Sangre Grande, is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guest. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Friday night, Sunday Ministry of Worship, Children Hour, and the Word from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. and Friday night, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. all night prayer for our nation. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or on Facebook. Email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated at Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on. We got this. I cannot wait for election morning. Tell them why. Tell them why. I'm dipping down to me elbow, darling. Yeah. So right now, let me fix up. Come on, now let me link up. We got friends, now we build up. Till Tobago as one. From the country they know. The key and the mother is the way that we love. Provide representation. Like, hey, we got this. We got this. We got this. DNA.
take no chance. Protect your future. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Find an accountability partner. An accountability partner is exactly what it sounds like. Your accountability partner is there to keep you on track when it comes to your finances. They are there to keep you motivated and to help you stay the course, especially through challenging times. For most people, an accountability partner is a spouse. However, an accountability partner can be any individual you trust and value their input and guidance. Having an accountability partner can be the extra motivation you need to reach your financial goals. That was your financial tip brought to you by the Street 91.9 FM.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID.
Without talking about my vision and our vision from the platform of the People's National Movement. And we have been saying that we see a bright future for you, the people of Tobago. Whether you're young, whether you're not so young, whether you're a single and vulnerable mother, whether you're a person who is looking for land or to build house, whether you're a fisherman, whether you're a farmer, whether you're a businessman, we have a future for you under the People's National Movement. And that is why we have been talking about the creation of an investment agency to promote again Tobago, to create employment and to seek out opportunities for us on this island. That is why we have been saying that we will create over 3,000 jobs in concert with the private sector. That is why I have said that we are going to establish a division of information and technology, which will at the end of the day open up employment opportunities for our people, but most importantly ensure that we can move to a paperless Tobago House of Assembly. It pains me as a secretary in a division when I see the amount of paperwork and the to and fro and back and fro and come back tomorrow and next week for people and Tobagonians to access services from the divisions. So you should be able to stay at home and make an appointment to see a doctor in the Tobago Regional Health Authority. That is where we want to take Tobago. You should be at home here in the village of Cadler Hall in Scarborough and be able to access services from the Division of Community Development and Culture or even Enterprise and Business Labor without moving a muscle as much as to come to Scarborough. This is where we want to take Tobago. We are not about personal agendas at the end of the day. We are not about fighting for office in terms of who would be Chief Secretary and who would not be Chief Secretary. We are about ensuring that we have a vision for you and that most importantly, we organize in a manner that could ensure that those visions, or the vision rather, is implemented.
December 6th, take no chance. Protect your future. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of November 21st, 2021 stands at new positive cases 404, total active cases 8,611, total recovered patients 55,311. Total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present, 65,889. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
your promises. A day your promises. A day your promises.
Let me go. Hey, it was Christmas morning. Man, I get rid of talking. So I sat listening to hear what they were saying. And I couldn't take them all. And I opened up my door.
So welcome back. Just before we continue with that article we were playing before we went on the break, just have a bit of information for you. Tobagonians, it's the merriest time of the year. Christmas at Lowlands Mall, Tobago's #1 shopping and entertainment destination. This Saturday, November 27, come and enjoy pianist Gerard Balfour, star vocalist Michela Williams, music by DJ Journey, and Sweet Parang from El Corazon de Parang, and it's all from 3 p.m. Also, bigger Christmas savings from most stores and sumptuous choices from the food court. Christmas is yours at Lowlands Mall. We continue worship on Iowa stage with the National Congress of Incorporated Spiritual Baptist Organization of Trinidad and Tobago, Liberation 2021, who continues to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the repeal of the Shouters Prohibition Ordinance of 1951. This Thursday, the 25th of November 2021 at 6:30 p.m., our guests are the Mount Hope Independent Spiritual Baptist Archdiocese under the worthy leadership of Bishop Stephen William, courtesy His Eminence Patriot Dr. Stephen F. Julian. Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook at the Street 909 FM's Facebook page, also on YouTube at Iowa TV. Tune in to be a part of this live worship. DirecTV is gifting you more movies for your Christmas with free installation when you purchase a prepaid kit. Plus, get $99 free credit when you activate and top up 30 days. So sign up for DirecTV prepaid and start dashing through the shows today. Promotion ends December 17th. Do you know your legal rights? Do you have burning legal questions you always wanted the answers for? Then let's talk legal. Join us right here on the Street 909 FM as we discuss legal information and administration at its finest. Every Monday from 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. and Thursdays from 10:05 a.m. to 10:35 a.m. as we discuss matters pertaining to you. Let's Talk Legal is brought to you by the L. Daniel and Associates Legal Administrative Firm. Let's Talk Legal, democratizing law, right here on the Street 909 FM every Monday from 11:15 a.m. and Thursday from 10:05 a.m. Dale Daniel and Associates, located in Taylor Street, Woodbrook. Our opening hours are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Welcome to the Christmas holidays this year with quality and attractive furniture from Stylus Furniture Limited. Our two locations, 51 Rushwood Street, San Fernando, and 101 Craignish Village in Princestown. Select from a wide range of contemporary furniture to enhance your homes. Now open on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call today at 652-2542. Season's greetings to all our customers and friends from Stylus Furniture Limited. Stylus Furniture Limited, for the style in you. Value Optical wishes to advise the public that all 13 branches are open full-time to provide expert eye care services to you. All of our regular services are now available. For your safety, we continue to practice the established health and safety protocols, and we recommend that you make an appointment for all testing services. Please call us at 225-4865 or toll-free 800-2020 for all inquiries on opening hours, eye testing availability, and how we can assist your eye care needs. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. For all your hardware, building materials, auto parts, small tool rentals, pets and pet supplies, gravel and sand, don't forget PowerMaster Optima, Varta and Megastar batteries starting from $488. And this is all at Johnny Q, our location 15 Arapita Avenue, Woodbrook, and our new Johnny Q Superstore in Lowlands Mall, Tobago off Claude Noel Highway. Just call 632. So we are back, we are back. Not hearing your love.
Sorry about that.
All right.
We are back. It's 8:17 a.m. and remember today is the 22nd of November 2021. And you know, the Imani, when I ask him the questions and we doing all the conversation, when he disappear, he or she disappear, gone. But it come back. It come back. You know, but let's play out the last 13 minutes and then we want to open the lines and take your calls.
Yes.
So I hope, Tobago, you're still locked on and listening. And I want to thank you for your patience this morning. Today is about facts, information, and we're learning some stuff. Go ahead, Bruce.
One has failed to produce the documents he said he was going to show and give to all of the media and all of Tobago for all of Tobago to see. He ain't do that. Right? And the next one claims, right? The next one claims that he knows all of these lawyers and all of these great big people, but yet hasn't been able to take the THA to court, to stand his claims to scrutiny, because his claims are based on absolute frivolity. I've shown you here this afternoon that since way before the 2020 general election, Ansel Dennis was doing his due diligence. So don't let people manipulate you with pockets of information, because that is tantamount to psychologically manipulating the people of Tobago. That is what is happening. So, you know, you're waving documents around when in fact what you have is a big pile of paper. You ain't read the documents, because if you read it, you wouldn't be talking strippiness on the platform and you wouldn't be allowing me to make you look like a fool when I'm showing you the evidence at hand. Today, what you've done with me is that we've read through the documents together so that nobody can come to you now and tell you this is what the thing say, this is what the thing didn't say. Let the people who are making claims bring forward their documentation, bring forward the evidence if they have it. But you see, when people are hiding the documents and only showing you piece by piece by piece, they are manipulating your intelligence here. And this is not good. This is not good at all. And then when the facts are later shown to you and are completely different from the quote-unquote facts that you're trying to portray, you're now telling us that we have to focus on something else, or what happened to the issue and some other issue, to deflect from the fact that you're not telling the truth. No, stand up for the position that you had and defend it. If you come in with allegations, you need to be able to defend it. If it is that you are claiming that you have documentary evidence, show us the documentation that you have. Right? Show us the documentation that you have, because we have gone through, everyone who has joined this live, we have gone through the documentation together. We have read it together. And what I've demonstrated to you this evening is that the THA, Ansel Dennis, has been dealing with this matter long before, you know, the PDP and Farley and all of them came up with their foolishness, right? And so, folks, I just think it is important for us not to allow people to manipulate us, right? We must not allow politicians, irrespective of political party, to manipulate the truth. Truth always matters. Truth is not a convenient thing. And I hope that this has now, you know, woken you up to the fact that there are people out there who are intent on manipulating your intelligence. And that is absolutely not acceptable. Whereas if Farley went up and said, listen, Chief Secretary, you know, you didn't get the zip line done, and that was a promise for the people of Tobago, right? Why hasn't it been done? Once again, this is whatever. I wouldn't bother with him so much, because, okay, he has the right to do it. But you can't now come onto the platform and say, Tracy thief the money. That is not true. And when we told you, when we have presented you the facts, and the reason I left these documents for another day is because I was waiting for people to come out with stupidness, so that I could come now and demonstrate to you that you're talking foolishness, and I have more documents to disprove your nonsense. I waited for you to come out, and you did exactly what I thought you would do. Come out with foolishness, come out with even more lies, and you're going piece by piece by piece, showing tiny little snippets of documentation. Now show the people of Tobago all the documentation that you have, and stop manipulating the people. We want to build a better Tobago. How do we build a better Tobago? Is that we start by speaking the truth. One of the previous podcasts I did was on hypocrisy, and I started off this presentation this afternoon showing you the hypocrisy. You know, folks, we really must wake up, right? And I'm going to show you something else. Okay? And I'm going to read something to you. And this demonstrates even more hypocrisy. Okay? Hold on a second. Join me. Let me talk. So hold on. So here we have somebody by the name of Yuri Fullerton. He says, what is blatant hypocrisy is you trying to promote yourself as an objective and voice of the voiceless. But your own political agenda and allegiance is clear for all to see. I've asked you several times to bring light to the missing 10 million from tourism and it disappearing via an online transfer. In the digital age, with digital footprint, someone siphoned 10 million and nothing has ever been heard of it since. And you claim to be impartial? No, sir. You've become another mouthpiece for the PNM, and the people who follow you have and continue to see the emerging shades of your opinions. Of course, look, I responded to him and said, I deal with facts that I have before me. In this case, I'm dealing with the inaccuracies and falsehoods and fake news as it relates to the zipline. I'm not in the least bit surprised by any political hack from either side of the political divide, because, you know, I've been accused of being everything at this point, who wishes to make claims of mouthpiece this and that. At the end of the day, try to contradict the facts that I've presented to you. You cannot. And then when you can't come to me with the facts, right, you want to come with hot air. I'm not concerned about that. And then you want to tell us to focus on other issues, but don't be disingenuous. It's like being a project manager for home and identifying faults in the building process, articulating that to the builders who are messing it up. And someone comes out from the side to say, why you ain't project managing for the next building? Am I Superman? Or am I focusing on this particular matter at this very moment? You want me to speak on something I don't have the facts on? Huh? Not me, say what you want, but come to me with the facts. And this is the problem with a lot of people in Tobago, right? So then, you know, you call on him to deal with the facts, and he's giving you all sorts of explanation, right? He now telling me that it is my responsibility because you could get the Freedom of Information Act and so on and so forth. Summarize his comment. So I say, wait, so hold on, you're now telling me to do the research and obtain the information, but the gentleman can do the same if he knows how to get the research, if he knows how to get the documentation. Why must someone else do your job for you? Folks, come on, wake up. Stop trying to do this. Stop trying to deflect every time we're dealing with facts. Join the conversation. Join the facts. Let us, methodically go through the facts. And then once we're finished with these facts, if you're inviting me to join you to look at some other issues, let's do that. But let's talk about the facts at hand. And because people tend to have this kind of attitude, right, where everything is convenient. They want to come and draw you into all kind of bacchanal and confusion. But at the end of the day, people, it is about the facts. Do you care about the facts? Are you going to take personal responsibility? It is about the facts, Tobago. Full stop. The end. And so that is what I really wanted to say. I hope this has been an informative session for you. For those of you who have missed it, I'm inviting you, once this is complete, to, of course, join the look at the live again, read through the documentation. I don't think I've left anything out, any of the documents out.
Yes. Right. So, I took my time this morning to give you information, facts. I took my time this morning. If I have to be chastised for it, so be it. But I took my time. I am not going to sit by and allow people like Imani and what's the next one? Lucia, or wherever they call them, and the likes of other people who want to share fake news because you're looking for political points. I'm not going to sit by and allow that. And I'm watching Imani talking about Tracy says she will create 3,000 jobs. Your political leader say he's going to pay Engracia payments. Talk to that. Tell us about that. You see, you all have a convenient mind that you think and you understand where you want to understand and you think where you want to think in your own time. But when we want to come in the public domain and lay things that are not truth and that will destroy somebody's character for nothing, somebody had to take up, and I'm prepared to take it up. I am prepared to go the distance and take it up. But what I want to ask you, who is the woman who filed the matter in court against the 15 seats in Tobago? Who does she represent and who is she related to? Imani, these are the things you all must tell us. These are the things you all must tell us. I'm taking let me tell you, I'm going down in the gutter with all of this. You know why? You all must not be strayed. You all must not be following the Cambridge Analytica that Watson, Duke, Farley, and the PDP is bringing to Tobago. If you want to judge somebody, judge them on what you think is what you, not what somebody tell you, you know. Judge them on facts and information. Did you all ever ask Farley and Watson and all the rest of them if what they're saying to us is the truth and nothing but the truth? Did you ask them to see all the documents so you can peruse it and find out if what they're saying is the actual truth? It's hearsay. They come, it's campaign, it's election, they come and they drop something in the public domain and you have a couple of the agents run with it and they sell it to you and you believe it. That's why I don't believe nothing I hear until I do my own checks and balances. Because at the end of the day, who does look more stupid? It's me. It's me. We are prepared to take anything. Because you all have been told they will give you free this and free that and free the other and all kind of thing. How will you get the free things? How will you get it? Let us be honest and real here. You have a man who come out and talk about all the zip line and he wave some documents in your hand and you're going to send a copy to the, at that time was Gary Griffith and so on, and where is it there? Where is this? Where have it gone? What is the status of it? What did you do with it? Now, if you are doing that, Farley, and what you all did to Franca, I am afraid to send my children in your space. What will you do to them? What lie would you tell them? And I am looking for something better than that from you, Farley. I am not looking for that kind of behavior from you as a school teacher. You're supposed to install fairness, discipline, productivity into our children when we send them to school. That is what you're there for. Not to behave in this manner. You all bawling about you want change, 20 years, you want change. If a man can run a simple little organization, he will come to run a whole island. Who is going to do the checks and balances? Where the accounts? Who is going to do the accounts? Is it that they're going to come to you and wave a document and tell you when it have so much of money, they will come and tell you they never sent because the money done ship and go on all over the place? I'm just asking simple questions. Simple questions. If you want to judge somebody and you want to change, make it be something more relevant than using fake news and information and going to people and whispering in their ears every minute the same thing over and over. They'll believe it. But all you must learn to listen, read, and understand. You're chastising a woman for something that she didn't do. The facts are here and it's out. The facts are here and it's out. Tobago. Come on, man. The lines are open. 307-0930 475-7426. Again, 307-0930 475-7426. Your numbers, Bruce?
342-0081 and 466-5391.
Caller, good morning. And I don't be very specific, so because we have a lot of callers.
All right, good morning, Ms. Sharon. Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
You know, thank you for that information there from Mr. Pierce Robinson. This man is a good investigative journalist. But let me tell you something, Sharon. But despite all the information there, the whole point is that there are certain people in Tobago just do not like PNM at all. So you have these groups of people. It's a mixed bag, Sharon. It has some of them who joined the PDP because some of them are misogynists. They don't want no woman to run no THA. Then there are some of them who have the grouses with Miss Celestine because of her perceived treatment of Kelvin Charles and Anna Soifat. So it's a clan thing itself too, right? Then they have some of them who joined PDP because their family, probably back in the days, they supported DAC, TOP. Because of duty, they will support PDP because they are anti-PNM. And then there are some of them who joined PDP because they feel that the UNC is a better led party than the PNM because they probably tell themselves that maybe an Indian-run government could give them something better than an African-dominated, right? Than an African-dominated party, right? And then some of them just do not like Dr. Rowley because maybe their family members have a growth with Rowley grandparents or something like that. So you have certain Tobago commentators talking about Dr. Rowley in a negative light. Plus he's a PNM, he's a Tobagonian Prime Minister, but he's also PNM. So it's a number of things, Sharon.
Thank you very much.
You understand what's going on there?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Guys, call me up and I'm depending on Tobago. And the lines are open, PDP supporters, you all could call in, and let's have a debate and a discussion. You all could call in and tell me what you heard, what you thought about what you heard. I'm not stopping anybody from calling in, but we'll have a respectable discussion. All right? Yeah, the lines are open. And I wish that the Tobago caller who called on Friday, I wish she can call back. I wish she can call back in today. I wish that. Do you have any by you?
No, nothing as yet.
That means that all that was heard was well collected. So we have no questions. We have nothing to discuss again. Tobago, I'm depending on you. Mount St. George, I wonder if they're still locked on. Mount St. George and others, all of you. Good morning to every one of you. Morning, Mr. Napuna. No, not really.
Okay. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning. Yeah, you're getting it though.
Yeah. Nothing. Go ahead. There's nothing. I mean.
No, I want to be comfortable with me. I have to study the exam case. Yeah, good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the wider world out there who locked on the screen for a sensible program this morning. About a week or more now, I'm trying to tell Bruce Wayne something, and you don't put me in, but I was supporting Bruce Wayne. That morning when he made that announcement, I would tell you what it is, Sharon. I was on my toilet seat, and I called my cousin and I say, I have something to tell you this, but I'm afraid. And when I come in the bed from the toilet, I don't want to be, I hear Bruce Wayne announce it. Sharon, I ain't frightened, I am frightened. Bruce said they're going to get a damn seat. You remember that, Bruce?
Yes.
And I am telling you, I am praying to Almighty God Jehovah that He close the door behind them and no darkness cannot prevail over light. You hear what I'm telling you, Sharon? They will do all and play and support that wicked man. And when they're done, they get all what they have to get from him. They will close the door on him. They're going in the boat and the boat and clear them. You hear what I'm telling you? That's how we could guide people to be too. So they don't give up on prayer. Because prayer makes the darkness fall with you. And then when the darkness trying to get light. And they're not coming back, they're not getting no light. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so kindly. Call us up, guys, 307-0930. 475-7426. If you're hearing the beep when you're on my line, go ahead talking. You could call the other line.
Caller, good morning.
Said good morning, Sir Bruce Wayne.
Morning.
Sharon Felix. All loyal listeners and callers all over in the live. Always share the live. You see the information this morning, Miss Felix? Since last year, you see, Mr. Dennis have been pursuing the matters with OCT. Either only give us the money back or give us the material. One out of the two. We're serious, and they think they have no accountability in the THA. That is accountability, because not a sentence passing until all you do the right thing. Bring the material and make sure the zip line is completed. That's all you have to do. Simple. And any other monies through the contract, all you'll be paid. Because Miss Felix, I telling you, that would be one of the tourist attraction in Tobago. And Mr. Lion Farley, this one is for you. Please, if you do not know what you're coming behind the PNM about, keep all your PDP thing to Watson Duke. And see how quiet Watson Duke is? And Mr. Farley, you make him quiet. Thank you very much, Mr. Felix and Bruce Wayne.
Thank you very much. Angie?
Sharon, morning to you, Bruce, and to everyone else.
Morning.
Sharon, I want to thank you all so much for that this morning, and as the young people say, proper thing. Have a good day.
Thank you so kindly. Now, I have somebody holding on the other end. Let me swap. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Could you take off the radio, move away from it a little bit, because we're getting a little feedback.
Yeah, hear me better now?
Right. Good morning to you.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, Paula. I'm hearing you.
Okay, good morning, Sharon, and good morning to Bruce Wayne.
Morning.
Yes, I'm calling here from Tobago.
Welcome.
And the two callers before the last one, who mentioned certain things in Tobago, it's the truth. And what is also happening is that the PDP heads are going around and bribing a lot of these young, some of them may be unemployed young people in the community, giving them money to go and brush a cook and whatever to get support. And I do hope that people take cognizance of what Dr. Rowley said on Saturday night, because Sean, what I'm seeing down the road are those secret UNC coming to Tobago under the guise. Why you think they're running? Why you think they want to get out standards and get out the next hotel that's coming here? Because there are some UNC money men who coming from Trinidad and they want to invest in Tobago. So when they come in Tobago as private investment, it would look like they're coming to invest in Tobago, but not that. They are looking at the lands down the road, Sharon.
Well, let
They are
me
looking
tell
at Tobago land down the road, and I hope Tobago land can see that.
Caller, you know, you telling me that today. I had a discussion with Skippy, and that is exactly what Skippy is talking about. Exactly what Skippy is upset about. Because he said he know what he's talking about. Exactly what you said.
So when you see they run standards and they want to run exposure because they want the land for those people who financing the elections right now. They want the land for them. They want the land for them. So they don't want no, but because it's a promise that the PDP leader made with those in Trinidad.
Oh God!
It's a promise that he made those in Trinidad. So that comes like their payday. They will invest in money now and down the way they're getting the land they wanted. That is the whole thing. All those black Prado that be driving around in UNC meeting, open the door and see who inside. Open the door and see who inside them. Open the door and see who inside them. Them black Prado that be driving around. They can't come in no clear glass because we're going to make them out. They can't come in no clear glass because we're going to make them out. So they come around in black Prado driving around in the night. To be honest, open all your eye. Open all your eye. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. Caller, good morning.
Good morning to you, Sharon.
Morning.
Good morning to Bruce. Good morning to all the Titans and so. Sharon, I want to thank you for putting out that clip into the public domain because there's an old saying, for lack of knowledge and information, people will perish. People will make wrong decisions. Right? Because they don't have proper information and they don't have the facts to substantiate any claim that anybody making. And I still feel that Miss Tracy Davidson Celestin should send Mr. Augustine a pre-action
I think she has done that already, and there's going to be. I am hoping that there's going to be a court matter. You must put your money where your mouth is.
Yes, because let me tell you, when you all you have is your name. Who steals my purse steals trash. But you see your name, when your name is associated with corruption, to eradicate that, it smells the high heaven. She must do it. It's no if so maybe. She must do it. Now another thing too, when you tell lies, you know my mother always told us that a person who will lie to you will steal from you. A liar is a thief, and a thief can be a murderer. So all the lies aware must be debunked and brought into the public domain and dealt with. So to Mrs. Stacey Davidson and to the people of Tobago, you all have a good thing going. Do not fall for lies and deceit. Do not. Because in the long run, you already want to go to suffer. Don't take anything for granted.
Thank you
Don't
very
play
much.
with your future.
Thank you very much,
guys.
Carol. Do
Bye.
you have any there, Bruce?
I had one to go on.
All right, so I have Massachusetts here. Massachusetts, guys. So please,
blessings,
please,
hot. You're on
yes,
fire this morning. Two things real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This organization that signed this contract for the zip line, they don't realize that this Dr. Rowley-led government went through all the courts, Supreme Court in Sweet T, up to the Privy Council in England, and was able to get over 900 million, almost $1 billion, returned to the TNT government with a contract that was signed by the previous UNC administration. One contract, close to $1 billion return. You think they know how to handle this? Second, all the mutes send them out there. An old African proverb. You might want to feed me a chicken today, but you see the man down the road, he's showing me how to raise a chicken farm. So eat the chicken, but put the other people in office so you could have your own chicken farm. And you could feed not only yourself, but your nation. Thank you, I go.
Thank you very much. Paula, good morning.
Yes, Sharon, calling back here again. Concerning the plan with Padre Augustine, if you all realize he says nothing about it, yes, he was served with those letters. if you realize all his rants and rape, he don't say one word about his zipline because yes, he's in court. He haven't been in court. So all the courthouse clothes they say he have, I hope they're well ironed. I hope they're well ironed. Because Tracy, when Tracy step out, you see how she'll be looking. You see how she'll be looking. So I hope you're well ironed. Because yes, she will have her day with him in the court concerning that zipline issue. So if you're following the political background in Tobago, he doesn't say a word about his zipline because he can't say one earthly word. And for the next one, for the real leader, who's the real leader of the party, he's staying in the background because every time he go on the platform, he has put his foot in the mouth. So rather they have him muzzled. They have him muzzled because they know he is the one going to cause the destruction with them. So they have so he in the background, yes, he can't say much because they have him muzzled, must be masking tape, old cloth, all this have him well tied on. Because they don't say a word, because you know what, he all hit the platform, he always put his foot in the mouth. Yes, but as far as in court, she'll have a deal with him in the court.
How one here, Sharon?
Boy, take it. My line's blowing up here.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon and everybody else.
Morning, mother, morning.
Go
ahead.
I know JLM make ripe fig, but like JLM make from ripe cassava and sweet potato, but eventually the green planting go ripe. And I want to put a disclaimer on something. I hope I get permission to do it. And you may boil it down. The EBC was taken to court by some woman in Tobago. When the time come, they lose a case and they're supposed to pay costs, like the people and them who talking fishy say that the cost. Well, she wanted to not put no cost because she fight for Tobago people. I want to tell them she not fight for me because she didn't come and tell me she go to courthouse. And me I ask she to go to courthouse to talk anything about this claim about EBC. All I know the 15 seats is what Tobago people asked for with Mr. London and Simpson, and that is of the 15 seats coming to law. So let's not talk about Tobago. She talking for people in Tobago. She talking for herself. Let her pay the money and the cost now. All right, bye.
Come, don't now start shower. Go ahead.
Lord, Mount St. George. Oh, Lord, Mount St. George. Mount St. George. Oh, God. Mount St. George, you there?
I hear something.
Morning.
Nice.
Mount St. George.
Hello.
Good morning. What you doing?
Right. Hold on, Kingsley. Go ahead, Mount St. George.
How was the weekend?
Oh, God, it was good. Plenty work.
Good. Uncle Bruce, I'm not hearing you very clear, loudly, but I will see what I have to say. Miss Sharon, you see all what you have said there? All what you said and played there this morning. The young people here are so gullible now with all these foolish offers that they're telling you plain, they don't care. You know, they don't care. They're voting for Watson, as they say. Didn't believe the other day I was having a conversation with a guy. I know he's a PDP, but we are very good friends. And a big man. You know, he could be in his early 50s or mid 50s. And he came up. Well, I have my P&M flag on my van. So I am one that Watson going to deal with for the flags in your yard and wherever you have it. I don't care. And if you hear this man, how he's behaving, but he's saying all what he has to say, thinking that I am going to answer him. But I am more intelligent than these guys.
Mount St. George, you know? Mount St. George, you have to leave it there. We have to go. We
all
out
right,
of time.
Okay, go right ahead. I'll talk to you another time. Yes,
Okay, my dear.
Right.
Bruce, how much time we have?
Just about a minute right now.
Kingsley, quickly. You just have 20 seconds. Oh my gosh.
We're talking more about for life.
Wednesday, please, God. Oh my
Wednesday,
gosh.
please, God.
All right.
So my Dominic, right?
Right. All right. So Trinidad, how much five? Take two from here. Trinidad and Tobago. This is where we have to leave it. You know, Mount St. George. Mount St. George. All right, so I can't take any more calls. Guys, I can't give you the word for today. But the word for today for us is be careful. My word for you today is to be careful, and not everything you hear just be the truth. Please listen carefully and do your research. Tobago, make sure you choose wisely. Do not allow people to come with fake news and confuse you. Wednesday, please God, I'm out. Please, tomorrow is Dominic turn. We wait for Google coming up next. I'm gone, I'm out of here. Ciao.
Ciao.
Over the last 8 years, I'm not even going back as over the last 20 years, the Secretary of Community Development and Enterprise Development and Labor will tell you that we have built over 8 community centers in Tobago, and I started to list them out. Bell Garden Community Center, Betsy's Hope Community Center, Plymouth Bethesda Community Center, Speyside, Palatavere, John Dyer, Lambo, Lowlands, and the Boko Community Center. All of them built by the People's National Movement Administration. So when they talk the crap and try to ask you about where the $40 billion went, tell them, I say, Tracy Davidson Celestine, that it was spent in the development of every single community and electoral district in Tobago. That is where the money has gone. Further to that, we have worked with the YMCA to build 2 swimming pools, one in Tobago East and the other in Tobago West, again under the People's National Movement Administration. We went down to Deep West and we recognized that there was a need for the community of Buku. There we needed the people of that electoral district, the goat racers needed a space where they could ply their trade. And again, the Tobago House of Assembly spent over $100 million in the construction of the Buku goat race and integrated facility. We cannot afford to forget the gains that we have made over the last 20 years or so. So when they talk about change, ladies and gentlemen, people of Tobago, you have to ask them, change from what to what? Change from what to what?
December 6th, take no chance. Protect your future. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
We don't want no bad vibes in the land. Because I, Red Army ready up for the task. Because I, Red Army ready to pump, Red Army ready to wave, Red Army ready to vote, ready to make me name, all ready to fight hard and be a God for more.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families and honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, conference and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousine